for policy research and analysis, driving research and policy initiatives that benefit the region and the nation. This center is facilitating the Mukhyamantri Viksit Arunachal Fellowship Program to contribute to policy formulation, governance, and public administration, aligning with Viksit Bharat focus on effective governance and regional development. We have also signed MOU with Tripura government to provide advanced training to the Panchayat officials to support Viksit Bharat's aims of developing rural India through effective local administration. IIM Shillong also stand out. Its focus on sustainability and innovation, a core pillar of its academic and operational philosophy. Ours commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, SDG goal, is evident in its academic and outreach activities, aiming for economic, social, and ecological well-being. Our institute has launched several initiatives aimed at community empowerment, skill development, and sustainable growth. The Nurturing Minds School Adoption Initiative, partnering with local schools to create a sustainable learning environment for strengthening the community ties. The Skill to Enterprise model, in collaboration with SIDBI, providing training, mentoring, and financial support to local entrepreneurs in this region. The Northeast Enterprise Empowerment Venture NE program, supporting local community of this region to tackle climate, migration, and livelihood challenges. We have also Northeast Center for Community Impact and Engagement, which conduct business communication and presentation workshop under the Chief Minister's Business Catalyst Initiative, aimed at improving employability of the students across Shillong. Our Foundation for Incubation and Enterprises operate as a Section 8 company to support early stage businesses and startups with a focus on the northeastern region, but not exclusively limited to it. This center, our incubation center, provides resources, guidance, and services to help startups flourish. Our center partnership with stakeholders to build a robust entrepreneurial ecosystem, providing mentoring and support for startups, focusing on business planning, product development, team building, fundraising, and marketing. Through various outreach and capacity building programs, we are contributing to local entrepreneurship, rural development, policy interventions. We believe that our growth must reflect in the growth of the region where we belong to. The journey of IIM Shillong is a testament to the resilience, vision, and commitment to inclusive excellence. We do agree this region is a land rich in culture, talent, and untapped opportunity. These 2 days, we have seen that the youth of this region do not lack ideas or capability. What they need is access, support, and sustained mentorship. The collaboration between IIM Shillong and IICA underscores our commitment to turning policy into practice and empowering entrepreneurs at the grassroots levels. Further, our collaborations promises to deliver governance knowledge, startup guidance, and entrepreneurship education tailored to the unique needs of this region. This event has been a testament to the power of our collaborations. Our mentors, industry experts, and faculty members have selflessly shared their wisdom, guiding budding entrepreneurs through the business modeling, market research, and legal frameworks. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the participants, organizers, mentors, and faculty members from IIM Shillong fraternity and also IICA fraternity who have made this initiative a grand success. I also wish to acknowledge the incubators, faculty members, and organizers who have worked behind the scenes. Your dedication behind the scene has ensured a seamless and enriching experience for all. You are the ecosystem builders who make this journey possible. Last but not least, let me share a brief story. A few years ago, one of our alumni started with a simple idea, a sustainable packaging solution for a small business. It was born in the classroom discussion, much like the ones you have had. Through perseverance, feedback from the peers, and lessons from our faculty, that idea grew into a thriving startup that now serves clients across multiple continents. This is the power of what you have learned here, the ability to turn vision into impact. As we bring this conclave to a close, let us not consider it is an end, but a beginning of new ventures, new collaborations, and a new momentum towards Atmanirbhar Bharat and a Viksit Northeast. Thank you and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you, madam, for your very insightful and encouraging address, and also exposing us to the initiatives of IIM Shillong as well as achievements. Now, may I request our Director General and CEO for his presidential address, please.
Madam Tripathi, I am director, I am faculty members, IICA faculty members, speakers, those who have come from different parts of the country, most important the participants, because success of any program depends on the participants. We have seen huge interest in this program, and this shows destiny of India for Viksit Bharat lies in Northeast, because within 2 days we had around 500 registrations. We kept on receiving calls not only from Assam, from Meghalaya, from Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal. We want to come and we want to have our stalls also. We had constraints of space. So this shows here the interest the region has in new economy. We call it a startup, a new business, new economy. Startup by nature starts from disruption. You have to come with something new. So Government of India policy about a startup is right now focused on tier 2 and tier 3. So all states, very unique. I have not seen any other states. Each state will have a unique government agency trying to sponsor, trying to encourage a startup, like Prime is here. Most of the states here, STPI also Software Technology Park, they have one of the biggest establishment in Guwahati. Then they have in each state. So Government of India, as a conscious decision, trying to develop this region as a new growth engine, because we had another growth engine, growth sector, that was Chennai, Bangalore, Gujarat, Mumbai. Why this region is important? Yesterday, one of the startup, I think it was from Jarun or someone, he was talking about the development. We are in a global village, so the economy is connected to international business, and it is connected in an organic way. If we think of the top 1,000 companies, most of them, 40% their income, 42, you can say top 100, 40% income may be coming from outside. So Indian business has become aspirational. They have global footprint. Those who are not there, they are trying to become global. So in this framework, this geopolitics is very important. In geopolitics, right now, this region has a very close connection with Southeast Asia. Government is developing all kinds of connectivity. Idea is within very soon. That's why if connectivity is there, we can reach most of the countries of, and this is a landlocked country. So answer is give a connectivity to Southeast Asia. I don't know much about the startup. I have learnt a lot in last 2 days because this was a new, but whatever I have learnt, I am trying to validate it with the audience. The startup in India, our startup journey, that was a different kind of a business. When we started IT, that was 40 years back, making IT solution for the world. That was one generation. Now, the startup, I was going through the data, 40% of the startup, when they have the seed fund, they don't do business for the India. From the day zero, they are for the export. So that's a new thing. So we are trying to have the global market in the mind. So this is very new. And if you are thinking for the global market, then you have to think about many new financial, non-financial reporting. I was talking to Director General of Software Technology Park. He was saying, I don't know, when we are trying to scale up, when they go for finding or getting investment in USA, they are asking something ESG. What is this? So we have to train our startup when they are going abroad, when they are looking for access to capital, access to market, they have to understand what is the dominant framework. So ESG is very important. So he was asking me, and then he got interested. He said, why not we sign a MOU? Whenever we have this kind of a program, then we also talk about corporate governance. Another big issue, what was flagged by Honorable Finance Minister in the inaugural session, that startup is good because startup is important for two reasons. It is the age. Right now we are in a age where everything will be decided by competition, innovation, and that too will lead to productivity. So any country which has to survive right now has to be productive. So how the productivity will come? Through innovation and competition. And through this we will create the job. For innovation and productivity, the startup ecosystem is very important because they are trying to innovate. They are trying to find a solution. So this is my first learning because I am saying my learning. Many startups, they fail. There is a data out of 100 startups, suppose, only 10% will survive. Why? Because by nature, this is a disruptive system. Many of the ideas will not go up to business logic, but there are certain conditions, there are certain issues, there are certain precautions. If we follow, the sustainability of the startup will be ensured. First is, many of the startup, like I have a young son, he is saying, I will make this model. He doesn't know the market. He doesn't know. So many of the startup, what my son is talking about, they start with, they have in mind, they have to do this business. So they start rather than finding a solution to a problem where they have deep sense of involvement. deep sense of research, they decide what they have to do. So this is the first problem of a startup. If you are trying to decide, then you are not in a startup ecosystem. You are in a normal business, MSMEs. MSMEs are doing the same business in a small scale. So this is the first. Before starting, I have interacted. People spend at least 1 year. Many IIT graduates, after the program, they leave, they start a new business. Before that, they front load 1 year of research. They try to understand the whole ecosystem, how this business is working. Then they think, where is the pain point? They try to give an answer to that pain points. So first we have to understand the pain points, and the startup should have a deep sense of understanding the problem as well as the solution. So this is first precaution or first lesson we can say, that don't start with a product. Don't start with a business. First understand what is the challenge and whether you can give a solution which is unique, which can be scalable and which has a market. Second, madam is from finance. He has a lot of interest in finance. The startup system, they have a lot of problem because the valuation is India, valuation profession has not developed. So valuation, that's a question we can discuss of the dais outside, how the valuation is done, how the valuation professionally is being regulated. There is a need for a lot of improvement. Many startup, IPOs also, they start with very high valuation. Now, with the valuation, the problem is they don't want to dilute also. This is a problem. They don't want to dilute, and merger acquisition becomes very difficult. So with that valuation, if you are trying to even go for equity also, if you want to dilute also, people are not willing to help you. So valuation is a big issue. And when we think of the startup ecosystem, this is a caution that valuation should be realistic. So with right valuation, you will find that merger and acquisition is very frequent in the startup ecosystem. If you don't have a right valuation, merger and acquisition will be a problem. Then you will not get the funders also. This is one. Second problem of a startup ecosystem is corporate governance. Corporate governance is important because when you start a business, you are passionate with an idea. Start a business. You don't care about the compliances. You don't care about, these are the two terms, there is a convergence also, there is a difference also, corporate governance and regulatory compliance. So they ignore both. And ultimately, if you have a good business logic also, you get into the trouble. So the compliances are very, very important. I will share with you a data. Ministry of Corporate Affairs has imposed penalty on top 1,000 not top 1,000 company, total 1,000 penalty has been imposed for year 24-25. Out of, I was going through the data, around 140 is related to Section 12 of Companies Act, that is change of your headquarter. And all are small companies. Out of 1,000, 80 to 90% are small companies. That's a matter of research. We have to find out of this 80% of small companies, what is the percentage of a startup. So you have all good intention. What you have done, you have not informed the registrar of companies. You have changed. Today we were discussing with madam. The company has been registered in Bangalore or registered in Bangalore. The person, founder is from Assam. He wants to shift it to Guwahati to get many benefits. He has not informed the registrar of companies. So this penalty itself, for an investor community, they will think of something big corporate. You will not get it. Similarly, under Companies Act 137, there is a provision of financial filing. You have forgot to file it. So these are the small things which can be managed, which can be done in a proper way if you have a right kind of awareness. Why I am discussing all those things, then I will come why IICA Shillong is important. Then there is another important issue with the startup. They want to scale up. Scaling up should not be obsession. Scaling up should be a market fit. When product is ready, when the branding has been there, we had panel discussion, which source of finance is good. initial stage, I was listening, they are saying equity because nobody will asking you for immediate return. Debt, you have to pay interest. They are saying when you scale up, then debt. But there is also a problem. This is a study. There is a study I was going through. They are saying when you go for equity, investors are restless. They will tell you, immediately do something, immediately go for market. So when product is so that they can offload their equity. So going to market is also a big challenge. See, most of the startups like Zerodha and others, they have not invested in marketing. Initially, it's mouth to mouth. When your product is so powerful, there is a concept in management, aha factor. When people think, we were going through some of the stalls on the ground floor. When you see the product, you feel, oh my God, I have never thought about it is existing. So this kind of a marketing is most logical for a startup till they get that kind of a product level. So this is another obsession, scaling, marketing. Go to market is also a life cycle when you are planning to go to the market. That requires a lot of energy and investment. There is another problem with the startup is mindset, because mindset of investor is also important. Mindset of founder is also important, because as a startup, if you don't have the mindset, because right now those who are dependent on USA market, tariff issue has come, how you have to respond. So startups are the most problem solving mind. They give the problem because they are working in an uncertain world. They don't know whether the technology is going to change. They don't know where the market is going to change. They don't know whether customer preferences is going to change. These are the challenges. So if the startup has started with the right idea, but he or she is not agile, he or she cannot respond quickly to the changing world, then the startup will not be sustainable. So with this, I will come on some of the data and some of the trend. So right now, as a country, this reason is important for Southeast Asia market. Now in a startup also, in 2014, we had one startup related to space sector. In right now, today it's around 220. See, in 10 years, these are the niche area of technology, space. And it is estimated by 2030, it will be the third largest space sector. So these are the emerging. Similarly, there are AI. There is SaaS technology. Many of you are learning. These are in India as of now in 2024, 27 SaaS unicorns. And we are estimating by 2030 it will be 100. Then we are also one of the 3 countries which are having twin strategy for a startup. At the same time, they are addressing to their domestic market. Same time, they are addressing to the international market. Which are the countries? USA, China, India is the third one. So now we have seen lot of startup in the service sector. Now this deep tech, SaaS, AI, these are emerging a new kind of a strategy for getting the markets here. So this twin engine innovation, India is the third. India is as of now also third largest startup ecosystem. So India's ecosystem is vibrant, working and creating employment. Now there is another question which Honorable Finance Minister was trying to address. How a landlocked part of this region can access the market within India, outside Northeast and the global. So the idea is we have to come up with some kind of a solution where the aggregator model, technology will work. Aggregator model, technology will work, and this is very important. And in this framework, when we talk about the aggregator model, there was a need was felt. This is a discussion, this is on record. We were discussing with Niti Aayog, if IIM Shillong is there, if NLU Shillong is there, why there is a need of IICA? So IICA need is most as a convergence, because IIM Shillong has its own strength area. The professional institute has its own strength area. So we are trying to get best. We are like a government agency, trying to get best what IIM Shillong can contribute, trying to get best where what Chartered Accountant Institute can give, trying to get best what Company Secretary can give, trying to get best what Software Technology Park can give. So we are trying to get best of, and we are trying to customize it. As a part of the government system, we understand government of Meghalaya, government of Assam, we have very good equation. If today we were discussing with Company Secretary Institute that we have lots of program, nobody is accepting it. We have a small program. So idea is awareness. So we will be the vehicle. Through that we will have the awareness, and through awareness we will try to make the youth ready for the employment so that they don't have to migrate it. So with this 2 days conclave, so we are coming here to leverage on the strength of each 7 institutions, many more, those who have interest in Northeast, those who want to contribute, those who want to help, and this will be the government has decided agency which is like an aggregator trying to find best of 7 and trying to do the delivery, working in close collaboration with the state governments. So, yesterday in the inaugural session, IICA, Shillong was born, and this is the first. We will have second. Madam was graceful enough. They have, like we are homeless, they have given us a home also. This is near gate. Mati is also saying, please work. This shows that everyone is welcoming. So we have so many homes, so we are no more homeless. So from yesterday, we have not one home, so many homes. We have to put the board and start working. There is a second important issue as a management graduate and a startup, you have to appreciate. When investment is coming, there was an investor summit addressed by Honorable Prime Minister. If investment is coming, we have to develop the ecosystem of corporate governance. We have to have the professionals. So here also, yesterday someone was talking about in one of the panel discussion that valuation takes 1.5 years. From Nagaland, someone met me yesterday, there is no GST. Chief Secretary, when I met him in June, he was saying, we need easy solutions, customized solutions, training on GST. So Nagaland person was saying there is not a single GST expert available. So our endeavor would be working with the professionals, how we can create this kind of ecosystem where youth is attracted, those who are going through commerce, economics, or anything. If they want to remain in this region and want to get some employment, what will happen if you are not creating the youth which will be ready for the employment, then we have to get it from outside. That will increase the cost of business and local people will not get the business. So idea is how to create this kind of ecosystem. Second important issue, what IICA can do with all this institution is trying to work very closely, trying to understand that process will start after signing of this MOU. What are the areas where we can add value? This is not something because you have your own work. We have to think our mandate is Northeast. How Northeast ecosystem, corporate governance, and professionals can be developed. We don't want to do what you are doing. We want to do something where we can add value, and who will be the beneficiary? Northeastern region should be beneficiary. That's why Honorable Chief Minister, yesterday he mentioned that this is a game changer. Now, huge responsibility has been given to us, and this huge responsibility is in the sense that we have to work very fast. I was here on 3rd of June, and within a month we have this program. Now we have to come up, we are going to have a program on GST by end of this month. Then we have a program, state government asks, we have so many PSUs, can we have something on corporate governance? That also we will do it. So ecosystem of startup is good in the sense, once you start working with ideas, you need money. I had a data, 2010, the venture capitalist fund was 1 billion. Right now it's around 40 billion. So that's huge development. Now I will conclude because all of us are exhausted in 2 days with the A startup, what Honorable Minister has said yesterday, if you are starting a business, it has to be ethical and it has to be responsive. So as a IICA, we have done a lot of work on responsible business conduct. I was chairman of BRSR report, which SEBI has used it for making ESG mandatory for top 1,000 companies. And what Honorable Minister has said, we had 9 principles. Honorable Minister has summarized those 9 principles in 5 principles. This is local. This is a part of our history. I was not aware. And those 5 principles, now this is a challenge for us to map it. I think those 5 principles will cover all the 9 principles what the world is working on it. So we have to work on corporate governance, because without having proper corporate governance, without having a stakeholder, because whole world of business is talking about shareholder. We in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, IICA in 2012 came with National Voluntary Guidelines that talks about a stakeholder. In 2019, we updated it to national guidelines. 2021, we again try to make it operational matrix through BRSR. So a stakeholder capitalism is right now is the only solution of unequal world, only solution to have a inclusive growth, what we talk about Viksit Bharat. So without having inclusive growth, without having capitalism with a human face, what Honorable Finance Minister has said, we are not going to get that Viksit Bharat. So in the last, I will thank everyone for supporting. IIM Shillong was the host, knowledge partner, and they have helped us in many ways. Prime was helping us, whole government of Meghalaya, Mati, senior bureaucrats, all of them, they have worked. Another thing I have seen, I don't know whether you have seen, this is a lesson learned yesterday also in inaugural session. I was given 30 seconds because we were running late, so I didn't mention, I mentioned. I've never seen such a teamwork in bureaucracy. If you talk to one other person knows it, and they are willing to help. So ultimately, wherever young graduates are going, you have to imbibe the team spirit. Individually, you can't do much. So thank you so much, everyone. And for me, this is the first conclave where a startup has sat for 2 days. They are the restless communities. After lunch, there is no startup conclave. Studied till 7 o'clock, this room was filled up. And everyone was asking questions. So this shows that this region has so much of interest. This ecosystem has so much of interest in understanding challenges, pain points, how to navigate. So with that, I will conclude. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
I'll request Professor Tripathi to please join on the dais. We have a brief felicitative ceremony. Please. Okay, friends, moving to the next and last leg of this thing, we have gratitude. As I said, we were having multi-stakeholders contributing, supporting us for the convention of this 2 days conclave. As a token of gratitude, I would like to invite Kanal Adhikari, Chief Administrative Officer, for a small memento from the side of IICA. I'll request our DG to please felicitate. One. Sir, I'll request Mrs. Sanjeev, please come on the dais. Oh, that was a different ceremony. You were a speaker there. I'll request DG to kindly present a memento to Director IIM Shillong. I'll request our colleague, Mr. Rajesh Batra, to kindly present a memento to our Director General. Sir, I would like to mention there was a very energetic team from IIM Shillong, the final year students of MBA. We would like to present a small appreciation to the group. Can you please quickly come onto the dais? Ronit Das, Aditya Tiwari, Adrija Tiwari, Anusha Dikshit, Arushri Dikshit, Chandni, Himanshu Wadhwa, Irfahur Rahman, Isha Govind Chaudhary, Jhinal Badola, Siddhant Kesharwar, Lavish Dhakre, Rachit Malhotra, Sagar Kumar, Sanjay HR, Shweta Sahu, Vanya Garg, Yes Jain, Vidushi, Sonika Vashisht, and their leader, Mr. Ajay Singh Rathore. So he is the group leader. Pick up one, please. I will request our own team to join this. Matthew, Ayush, Sana, Fahad, and Kulveer, Hemant, Vineet. Come, stand here. Anandita. Call Anandita. Faris, and I'm sorry, please everybody join. the gang is so big, I forget the names. Aage. Abhijit, yes, Dada. Thank you to all of you. Sir, please have a seat. Now, the final remarks and vote of thanks. Of course, it's very difficult for us to capture anyone and everyone. There were multiple constituents, 360 who have contributed. But I am inviting our Chief Administrative Officer, Colonel Amandeep Singh Puri, to please deliver the vote of thanks address.
Ma'am, sir, with your permission. Right, respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, and fellow participants. As we draw curtains to this remarkable IICA Northeast Conclave 2025, it is my proud privilege to express a heartfelt gratitude to all those who made this transformative journey from ideation to incorporation an overwhelming success. Our heartfelt acknowledgement to the dynamic leadership of Dr. Vijay Kumar Damera, Commissioner and Secretary, Finance, and also the CEO, MBMA, Government of Meghalaya. I don't think this would have been possible without his support and guidance. He was instrumental in this dream of IICA Shillong coming true. He is the one who got us the Meghalaya Integrated Development Center of Excellence at IICA Shillong. I really thank him from the bottom of our hearts. We extend our deepest appreciation for Shri Cyril, Commissioner and Secretary, and also Director General Marty, who's been instrumental for all the help and support in organizing this huge two-day conclave for us at a place which is not our own. His efforts particularly, I would like to mention in giving us the lodging and boarding facilities at Marty for all our esteemed participants for this conclave. Also, our sincere thanks to Shri Sapnil, Director Marty, all the deputy directors, the addition directors, and officers of Marty for the unwavering support and guidance. We deeply appreciate Ms. Saloni Verma, Executive Director, MBMA, Prime Meghalaya, for her invaluable contributions towards this conclave. She was the one behind the startups of Prime Meghalaya. It is with her support and her guidance that we could get so many participants, so many enthusiastic participants from Prime Meghalaya. Also, special thanks to Ms. Jacqueline, Senior Manager Prime Meghalaya, and her entire team who for the past 2 days were with us trying to organize this conclave. Thank you so very much. I also express a sincere gratitude to all the officers of the Finance, Planning, IP and Sustainable Development Department, Government of Meghalaya, whose collaborative spirit has strengthened the foundation of this integral journey. I also take this opportunity to thank our own very ministry under the able stewardship of Ms. Dipti Kaur Mukherjee ma'am and all officers of MCA who have been supporting us, giving this unwavering support and guidance to host this conclave. We also are proudly grateful to Ma'am Karsiong, Principal, Institute of Hotel Management, Ministry of Tourism, and our entire dedicated team of officers for their exceptional hospitality. Also specially recognized to Professor Dr. Nalin Mehta, Director Negreens, for graciously providing accommodation facilities to our conclave participants, ensuring their comfort throughout this inspiring event. How can I not thank the main person behind this is IIM Shillong. My sincere thanks to the entire team of IIM Shillong, led by the dynamic leadership of Professor Nalini Tripathi. Also Colonel Dinesh Adhikari, the Chief Administration Officer, for the institutional support. The enthusiastic student volunteers of the 24-26 batch deserve a special recognition for their energy, dedication, and seamless execution that made every session memorable. Thank you so very much. I would be again failing not to thank Dr. Sanjeev and Professor Adhikari. Thank you so very much, sirs. We also extend a heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed program partners whose support has been pivotal for success of this conclave. They are Prime Meghalaya, SBI, Punjab National Bank, SIDBI, STPI, NSC, BSE Limited, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, AFC Limited, NetFee, NABARD, NLU Guwahati, for your institutional backing and providing us a robust foundation upon which this conclave was built. Thank you so very much. Most importantly, we should celebrate and thank all our founders, co-founders, startup entrepreneurs, and participants who shared their journey, challenges, and triumphs. Your stories of resilience, innovation, and determination have been true essence of this conclave. To every speaker, panelist, and moderator who enriched our discussions across all the transformative panels that we had. Thank you so very much, sirs. As we conclude this conclave, we carry forward not only knowledge and networks, but a renewed commitment to nurture the entrepreneurial shift that will transform the Northeast into a thriving hub of innovation and enterprise. Last and not the least, I cannot end here without thanking my team, the team of IICA. A special thank you to all: Matthew, Fahad, Sana, Faris, Kulveer, Jeevan, Anu, Pramod, Sandeep, Ayush, Sanjay, Harish, Hemant, Abhijit, Vineet, and Ananta. Some of them are here and some of them back at our home grounds at Manesar. Thank you so very much, Team IICA. It couldn't have been possible without your support. Your tireless efforts was there to be seen. Thank you all, in the end, making this IICA Northeast Conclave a resounding success. As is customary, I think, I'll finish with 4 lines. Hopefully I pronounce them right. Chand tare bhi sharma jayenge. I hear giggles there. चांद तारे भी शर्मा जाएंगे, ऐसी महफिल सजी है. चांद तारे भी शर्मा जाएंगे, ऐसी महफिल सजी है. हर एक चेहरा मुस्कुराया, हर एक बात वही है. शुक्रिया कहना चाहेंगे दिल से हर एक मेहमान का. शुक्रिया कहना चाहेंगे दिल से हर एक मेहमान का. आपकी मौजूदगी ने रोशनी सी छाई है. थैंक यू सो वेरी मच.
देखिए 2 ही लाइन हो गई सर. कनक्लेव का ये सफ़र इतना खूबसूरत नहीं होता अगर आप सबका साथ नहीं होता. थैंक यू.